right, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to the GSL Super Tournament, and this is, in fact, quite the Super Tournament. It has been super so far. I am excited to be here. I am Moletrap. With me is Wolf, and we are happy to be casting here for you today, casting some fantastic games
and
so
it's
far.
only halfway over, Moletrap.
Yeah.
We've got Fruit Dealer versus Ace coming up, and Game 1 is going to be on Belshire Beach, which has drawn some epic games.
Yeah, it's been pretty good stuff so far. Now, I actually didn't hear because I put my headphones on, and before they turn our mics on, I couldn't hear you. What were you saying about you had some idea of which map was going to be pivotal?
We've got Belshire Beach up first, and we've got Xel'Naga Caverns, and I think that Fruit Dealer is going to struggle on Belshire Beach. Based on his play style, based on this kind of his funky sort of style, he doesn't really play the late game that well, and his late game, I think, me personally, can be kind of rocky. So I feel like if he loses Belshire Beach, Xel'Naga Caverns is going to be the map. Because I think he won't win the first game. I think he's going to struggle. Unless he's really aggressive and tries to end the game early, I think he's going to struggle. That's how I feel about this set.
Okay.
So
how you roll.
What are you thinking about these games?
The only thing I would say is what he would need to do is be very, mobile.
Right.
On Belshire Beach, there's a lot of ways to counterattack and stuff like that. So if he's able to do that, might help him out a bit. But yeah, then the second map will be Xel'Naga Caverns, and if they do indeed tie it up, it's going to go to Metalopolis, which is going to be interesting as well.
Yeah.
Fruit Dealer versus Ace is going to be very, very interesting. Fruit Dealer, of course, the winner of the first ever GSL, and it's cool because he's one of the players that did well the first season, and we're going to get a shot of our players in just a moment, in fact. There he is right there. He's one of the only players to do really well in the first season and not, be crap by the fourth season.
Exactly.
A lot of players, they're took top 8 in the first season, aren't even around anymore.
Yeah, aren't around anymore, just kind of sitting in around a 32, around a 16 spots.
Yeah.
Never really advancing. Kind of like in Snare, like we saw last year.
Snare, or into Rainbow, formerly Hope Torture,
yep.
Formerly before that Into the Rainbow, just got down to Code A. He's fallen out of Code S now. So, Fruit Dealer, though, has been really consistent the whole time. He stayed, as you can see on your screen, he hasn't been able to get too far, but he stayed in Code S the entire time.
And he's a former champion. You can't knock him. And all former champions, they've got some level of skill. Look at him. He looks kind of stressed out. His Zerg versus Protoss, we haven't seen a lot of it recently, but in past games, he hasn't done as well as you might have expected from someone of his caliber. Yep.
And here's his competitor,
Ace.
Startail Ace.
Now, his versus Zerg shown on the screen there is 25%, but he has shown some awesome Protoss versus Zerg games. He actually plays the turtley death ball style that you see a lot of Protoss players play. I've seen him do all sorts of crazy things with turtling up, getting Void Rays, Colossus, and then just suddenly stopping, making Colossi and Void Rays, and then just making mass Blink Stalkers. He's really, really smart in the mid to late game. But, he's done well in foreign tournaments, winning Intel Extreme Masters.
Yeah.
Fairly recently.
He's another one of those players that does well abroad, but then comes back to Korea and doesn't really do that well in the GSL. There's a shot of Ace right now. One of the more interesting personalities
he
in
always
StarCraft
looks so
2.
Serious.
Huh?
You know what I mean? He always looks so serious when I see Ace.
What?
He just looks so serious.
You're talking about the same Ace?
Yeah, that Ace right there. Look at him. He looks so serious.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, he's playing maybe.
Yeah. Well, now he's
the guy that in the team league came out with and started waving flags around in front of the audience.
Yeah. But when he's in his mode,
oh, okay. When he's in his mode,
he's not in his mode yet.
Yeah, you're right about that.
See, now he's not in his mode. He's smiling. They're making jokes to each other in the chat and seeing it.
Okay. Yeah. No, he's I don't know. He's got really good PvZ, but he hasn't really been able to show it yet. I mean, he lost to Coca, a good Zerg, in Code A Season 2. Requalified because he's that good, and then lost to Violet in Code A again. Probably going to see him requalify next season because he's that
Most
good.
likely. If pattern continues.
So he hasn't been really doing that well, but he's capable of some good play. Beat Xenio in the team league. Recently beat Sen in the NASL, who I would say is at least close to the level of Korean Zergs, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I would agree.
So yeah, we're going to find out if he can pull out a win or if Fruit Dealer can advance in this tournament. on Belcher Beach. Coming up.
The rebel in you! The rebel
TSL Fruit Dealer versus Startail Ace.
And here is our Zerg player. Went by Cool Foyu in Brood War, where he did not that well.
TSL Fruit Dealer.
Doing a lot better in StarCraft 2 now.
A lot of fans in the audience cheering him on.
And versus Protoss is actually Fruit Dealer's worst matchup, by the way.
It is.
And here is our Protoss, who has very good PvZ when he wants to.
Startail Ace.
When he wants to Startail Ace. And yeah, I'm really a little bit worried for Ace. I kind of like him. I hope he can put a good fight here because he just hasn't shown that good of results lately. I mean, everyone was like, "Oh, IM, he owned IM," but you know what? That was a couple months ago now.
Yeah,
he's
it's
got
been a while.
Can't, like I said earlier, you can't rest on your laurels too much. Oh, there's Coke Show and another Korean fan talking about fruit, I imagine.
Well, it looks like we're going to see a Nexus first from Ace, which
wow.
on this map is relatively dangerous, given that there are 2 entrances to the natural. It's like, actually there's 3 entrances to the natural. Excuse me. This is the map where anything could happen. You get counterattacked from 500 different angles. Like we saw last game, there's just so many avenues of attack, and that's what
There's
part of what
actually
makes it a
only
great map.
470.
Okay.
It's not quite 500. Sorry, just kidding.
Glad you did your research, Moltrap.
I did some calculations, carried the 3. Anyway, so Ace has actually gone for, looks like a Speedling opening, so he could theoretically put some pressure on here. The scout for, I'm sorry, Ace hasn't gone for the Speedling opening, Fruit Dealer has, but Ace is going to find this out very soon, and
indeed he will.
He's going to have a little bit of a tough time defending if he makes a lot of Zerglings, of course. The Overlord spots that front door, so he knows exactly if he should respond to this or not.
In fact, got an Overlord for Fruit Dealer spotting. Does see that it is going to be a very fast Nexus. Great wall off by Ace. Completely walling off that one side.
Yeah, Ace. Now those Zerglings, it looks like he didn't make a ton of Zerglings. He's switched back to drones. But he tends to like to do like expansion into some kind of harassment. For some reason, I'm feeling like he's going to do air. I don't know why, but I'm feeling like I'm probably going to be proven wrong. But I feel like because he's starting out with not many gateways, I think he's probably going to start getting gas and move into like Phoenix harassment or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah, I think that on a map like this, that's quite good. But remember, there are lots of avenues of attack. So harassment-based play...
I guess that's true.
Well, harassment-based play of any kind on this map is very strong. And actually, at this point,
nice wall.
Fruit Dealer pretty much knows everything that's going on because he does have that Overlord over there. He's got 2 Overlords, so he can literally see everything that Ace is doing. And Ace actually put his cannon in a really bad spot, actually blocking 2 of his mineral patches. He can't really mine efficiently there at all. And I think he'll realize it eventually and try to fix that.
That's strange.
It's like worse than a manor pylon block in StarCraft 1. It's so bad his probes are struggling to mine off 3 patches.
That's weird. It looks like there'd even
there's
be
a shot of it now.
It looks like there'd even be a better mining route, but that probe is like
it's a dumb
confused.
probe.
Yeah,
needs to be reprogrammed. But here comes some feelings.
And
nice block, and that cannon is actually proving to be quite useful here. Ace stop position his probes. The Zerglings won't target the probes if they're stop position. You have to manually target it, and Fruit Dealer losing a lot.
I'm surprised he persisted with that for so long. Actually,
I think he didn't realize the probes were on stop position, because if you guys don't notice, if you're being harassed and you put your probes on stop position, the AI will attack attacking units like cannon, stalkers, zealots first before attacking the probes, unless they manually target the probes, and it's really hard to do so in that kind of a scenario. So now you guys know, if you get Korean 4-gated, it's a good thing to do. If you got Speedlings in your base, good thing to do as well.
Good stuff.
Fruit Dealer taking a very fast third base, actually, in reply to losing a ton of Zerglings.
It's a smart move. I mean,
he's
with
forced a lot of cannons.
3 cannons, a Nexus first, and Gateway and a Forge, he's like, all right, you've spent so much money on that. The Cyber Core just got up. There's no way you're going to attack me for at least a little bit. I can get this third hatch up pretty easily and run it up even probably. before having to worry about too major of an attack. And there is the Stargate with a Void Ray coming out. Not exactly what I was expecting as far as air. I was thinking more Phoenix Harass, but Void Ray, maybe followed up by Phoenix, can be very powerful.
Yeah, that is really popular right now. You get the first Void Ray out, the Phoenix just lift up the Queens. And if you don't have Spore Crawlers, you kind of just die, lose a ton of Overlords. And it's going to be very difficult to defend that third base location if the Void Rays are controlled properly, if the Phoenixes follow up nicely, because that third base is relatively far away.
Yep, and Fruit Dealer has no idea this is coming just yet. He's actually going to wait for the Phoenix before moving out with the Void Ray. Oftentimes you see them just say, you know what, I don't even care if they know about this Void Ray, and actually he is going to move out with the Void Ray and kill some Overlords.
Yeah, sometimes it's good to move out with that Void Ray, get as many Overlord kills as you can, because your opponent might blindly prepare anyways, and so you might as well get as much out of it as you can.
Yep, and Fruit Dealer did have an extra queen, and he's making even a fourth queen now, so he's going to be fine. Also made an Evo Chamber, is starting to get ranged upgrades, so he's going to be able to put down Spores as well, so he's going to be totally safe against this air, especially just one Stargate. Be just fine.
Should be definitely fine. Phoenix runs in here, trying to get some scouting information, wants to see the lair timing.
Now here's the thing.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. Here's the thing is, he's going Robo, and I think he wanted to like use the air to force Hydras and then go Robo, but I don't think he's going to do that because since he had the Evo Chamber, he can deal with it with Spores, and he doesn't need to bother with the Robo with the Hydras.
That's really, really smart. And that's normally what Stargate play. For a while, people started to realize that if you make a Stargate and your opponent makes Hydras, you're in great shape if you just immediately start a Robo and start taking a Colossus, because there's no way the Hydras are really going to punish you if you just make a few air units and then you already have Colossi out. But whoa! In fact, that's going to put him up to 7 gateways. So he wants to do a really nice timing attack here, and it might be the last thing Fruit Dealer expects. He knows the third base is there. He knows Fruit Dealer isn't going to have a ton of units out to defend.
It might be the last thing he expects, and it might be the last thing he ever sees.
That very well may be, Moletrap.
And it looks like Ace is actually, I don't know what he's doing, clearing out those Zergans. He might be thinking about taking a third.
Yeah, he might just be like kind of making Fruit Dealer think, oh, you're going to take a third base.
Yeah.
And then he's not going to do it. But, you know, it's entirely possible he takes the third base right now. But those gateways are finishing up.
Fruit Dealer now with 2 Evo Chambers.
An Overlord stack. Overlords huddled together. They're scared.
Yeah, that's kind of weird.
I think he wants to protect them from the Phoenixes, keep them all in one spot.
Do you know how to get them to stop in one spot like that?
Oh, you just right-click repeatedly, then hold position, I think. But here comes a Roach attack, and Ace actually made an Nexus, does cancel it.
Oh, I guess they patched it so they couldn't be on the same spot. But
Yeah,
still,
exactly.
I see.
You can still move them very close to each other. It looks like
I hadn't actually tried that since patch, but Void Ray coming in here, doing some harassment. First Colossus is out.
going for this really heavy Roach play against an opponent who already has a Stargate. It can be good if you can force a cancel on Nexus, but you have to be very careful with that because you don't want to lose Roaches to Void Rays on the map.
And Chrono boosting out the last of his Thermal Lance as well, which gives an extra range, extra couple range increments to his Colossus.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice little burrow to avoid more damage from those Phoenixes.
Now, I was saying earlier that Ace would like to turtle up a lot and get the big giant death ball. So I was really surprised when he slammed out those gateways, and I think it was just kind of a versatile choice. If Fruit Dealer had done something crazy like take the gold base or something, it was like, oh, well, I've got all these gateways, I can kill you. But as it stands, he made the gateways and didn't use them and teched up the Colossus as he takes the third base.
That was kind of interesting. Maybe he was like expecting it, like, I don't know, maybe something tipped him off and made him think that he was going for mass Roaches or something like that. Anyway, those Roaches now have tunneling claws. They have their shark fins, which they can actually use under the water now. They can go up to the citizens of Belshire Beach and scare them, make the lifeguard